Welcome to another episode of the Punches and Prayers podcast. Today we're going to be in the car and show you guys a little day of how we do things out here. I'm usually in my car driving a lot for work, and I decided to put this video together in the car since we're still waiting on our studio to be built. Now, we're building a new studio because I recently moved to a different city. I used to live in Vaughan. I am now in Kleinburg, Ontario. And yeah, I got a cute little place here, moved down here. And we're going to be filming a lot more content in the new studio that's being built. Hopefully it gets finished soon. I'm just dealing with a lot of work issues. I know you guys missed me for a while. I haven't been filming. I've just been very busy with work and moving, but we're going to be filming a lot more content in the car as well as the new studio, and I'll bring lots of value to you guys. Remember, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. Also, click the link in the bio to my free ebook. I talk a lot about what's happening in the West. My ebook called Masculinity on Trial, Beating a System That Was Meant to Break You. So today we're just going to talk about a topic that I never understood about before, but going through a divorce and going through separation and going through the other side of what females can say to you or say about you, I want to really put it out there for all those fathers who might feel like it's over, the system really busted them, and that they have no out. This message is for you. So essentially, when I was young and single, and I used to, let's say, sleep around or during my haram days or whatever way you want to call it, and there was a time where I slept around with a bunch of these European single mothers. Most of you that know me know that I'm into European girls, and it doesn't matter what European nationality, Serbian, Croatian, Bosnian, Russian, Ukrainian, Moldovan, Romanian, whatever. So when I was dating these single mothers, I used to ask them all one question, and that was, hey, where is the father of your children? Like, where is he? And guess what? I would get the same textbook answer. You know what? He's not around. Like, he's a deadbeat. He never wanted to be involved in the children's lives. He's a deadbeat father. He doesn't really care. He doesn't pay support. All of them said the same thing. And I've come to realize that a lot of them just lie and say this. They make them deadbeats. They use the system against them. They put charges on him. They make fake allegations. They claim all sorts of claims against the poor guy. And he eventually just, gives up because of the system being against him and says, you know what, it's better to just let these people be, because he's sick and tired of what he had to go through. And so this is something that I recognized, and I think society needs to recognize. And it needs to do more for these fathers because, it's your blood. And I understand how hard it is and how hard it can be for you to go through something like this and then have your children taken away from you, which these women do. And then at the end of it all, not get any respect and be called, oh, you were a deadbeat, and have the baby mama tell everybody how you're a deadbeat. In fact, you wanted to be in your kids' lives, but the system just didn't care about you, or the system didn't really let you do that. I understand how hard that can be for a father or for any parent. Now, I'm not saying there aren't deadbeat fathers. Let's get that straight. There are deadbeat fathers out there, but very few and thin. And for those fathers, we're not talking about those, but there's a lot of good fathers that let the system or the ex really screw up their chances to be in their kids' lives. And we are seeing this whole single mother epidemic today, where there's more and more of these single mothers out there claiming all sorts of stuff against their exes and making it hard for their kids to respect them and to be in their lives. And I just think this is such a sad part of society of what's happening today. And I really care about this because, growing up, I can't imagine living up without my father. I love my father. Everything I am is because of my father. A lot of the successes I have is because of the things that my father taught me and things that my father told me about. We need to go back to a society that has respect for fathers and is a system that helps father, despite of the circumstances, despite of the spiteful ex, be involved in their kids' lives, because it is that important. So if you're a father watching this, first of all, and if you're a father that was alienated from your kids, I just want to let you know that I respect you and I understand what you're going through and I understand your pain. I was one of them. I was a victim as well, but we can't even call ourselves victims. A lot of these, females go out there always claiming victim, always crying, crocodile tears, trying to get sympathy. So some of you that don't know or are fathers or are in the midst of a divorce or are contemplating divorce, understand the consequences that you might go through. So number one, they're going to claim domestic charges on you. This is a thing that as soon as they call lawyers or their feminist mother or their feminist relatives or sister-in-law, whatever, they're gonna say like, hey, call the cops on him, put charges on him, put a bunch of false allegations, get him on this, get him on that. This way you can later on, use that against him to get restraining orders, and it'll be harder for him to go see his kids and whatnot. So you have to understand this might happen to you, and you have to be prepared for this, and you have to start documenting and taking evidences if she's tried to threaten you with this, or if you've kind of like had conversations of divorce or this, that, and if she's kind of used that kind of sentiment towards you, you got to start documenting all this. So this way later you're able to protect yourself if the time comes where she does call the cops. Now, you have to understand this is a very, very common tactic that women use in North America, in the Western world in general. The most common charges they'll claim is harassment, sexual related, or assault. This is just what they do. And you have to understand as a man, if you do get charged with this, you have to cut all communication with this broad, and you have to go and find a different place, and you have to make sure that you protect yourself in a way where you have a lot of documentation, and you have to get an attorney involved, get a criminal lawyer involved, because understand they're gonna bait you into other things, like for you to go and message them, or they're gonna send you a picture of the kids and accidentally try to email you or send you their location and this, that, and the other, so that you engage. And guess what? That's a trap. They're gonna get you on a breach. This is what they do. You have to go and get a proper court order defining properly what your way of exchange for the kids is when it's a third party. I've seen many cases where these girls, what they do, even in my case, and these breaches were dropped in court because the judge understood this, where she would come with my daughter at the point of meeting, and she would stay there before we would come. She wouldn't follow protocols, even though I had a court order to be there. She would not call my third party to make sure that it's all safe. Did that on purpose, many times consecutively, by the way, for a couple of weeks, so they rack up a bunch of breaches. And then called the police and said, look, he was near me and this, that, and the other, playing this game, playing victim, playing, oh my God, my autonomy, and this, that, and the other bullshit, okay? So you have to understand, they're gonna play this game. Most people in your circle are gonna side with the woman. It's just the nature of how it works. Unfortunately, this is a sad part of society, is that everyone is siding with the woman, and they will side with her no matter what. They would not look at the facts. And you have to understand, you have to be very careful, my brother, because you do not understand how evil this person can be. This is a person you once loved and shared your bed with, shared your bank accounts with. I hope you didn't, but a lot of men do. Shared your finances with. You bought her vacations, you paid for her school, maybe you paid for her education, you paid her to go XYZ places, you bought her expensive gifts. But this person today, when they cut the knot, they do not give a damn about you. They do not care if you die tomorrow. They do not care if you're not in a good mental state. They do not care. They will do everything in their power and from their spite to screw you over. And you, my brother, need to understand that. By the way, if you want to learn more about things I talk about in detail, go to my book, Masculinity on Trial, Beating a System That Was Made to Beat You. You need to go download. That's a free ebook. I have an audiobook as well. I'm making a lot more videos as well. And I will see you in the next video. With that being said, have a good day, and I'll see you back on my channel. And don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. It means the world to us. Follow us on Instagram, and drop in the comments what type of topics you want me to talk about more. That being said, bye-bye for now. You got served divorce? Congratulations. The only problem is you don't have the money to pay for all the lawyers. I completely understand. To help you through that process, I've put together in the next 30 days free consultations for 30 minutes. And in that 30 minutes, I'll help you walk through how you could do this on a budget-friendly way. Click the link below and I'll see you on the other side.